Today on Cryptic Mass Guitar, we take a look at the Electro-Harmonix Next Step Slammi Pitch Shifter Harmony Pedal. One major issue that most people have with this pedal is the fact that the sweep's not going where you want it to and whatnot, just doesn't sound right. The first thing you need to do as soon as you take this pedal out and put it on any surface before using it is you have to calibrate the pedal. Now there's two different ways to calibrate this pedal. You can do it either so toe down is your max bend or heel down is your max bend. And for toe down, and heel down. So the default position for calibrating this is the toe down max bend. So all you have to do is put this down on the surface that you want to use, hit the calibrate button. Once you hit that calibrate button, you're going to get the flashing light from the EHX Slammi logo. Bring it all the way back then to the heel down position and hit calibrate. Once you do that, you'll have a fully illuminated light. What this is going to show is that your pedal is fully calibrated. Now, if you want your full max bend to be at the heel down position, all you have to do is pull it down into the heel down position, hit calibrate, wait for that flashing light, bring it down to the full position, and then hit it again. And then your sweep has changed from your max bend being to the heel instead of being down at the toe. Now, if you hit this calibrate button by mistake at any point in your show, or just you nail it with your foot or one of your other pedals, poke the calibration button, don't worry about it. After 7 seconds, it'll stop blinking, it'll go away. Your calibration settings are normal. Looking at the front of this pedal, this is your 9-volt battery access. If you want to power this with a 9-volt battery, it can also be powered with a 9-volt center negative adapter, and it's got the little tiny hook here to keep it from moving around. We have our calibration button here and our output. Moving on to the other side, we have our input jack. We have our dry volume. The dry volume is going to allow you to pull out as much dry signal as you want. So if you want some of those bass tones, like clear bass tones, or if you just want the detuned sound, if you want to go down to drop B or drop C or whatever interval you've picked for everything being bent down, that's where you're going to be able to really shine with those. Or you can blend them in to get some of those harmonies you want. Max bend is going to allow you to pick how much you're shifting down or what octave you're at, kind of thing. The bend button, what that's going to do is in the up position, or the out position, sorry, that's where when you put it down to the toe down position, if you're in the default mode, that's when you're bending up into the note, or if you push it in, you're bending down to the note. And last but not least, looking at the top of the pedal, when this pedal is on, you're going to see this EHX logo light up. One thing to note with this pedal, you do not have to dump this pedal in order to turn it on. Soon as you move just a little bit from the flat position, this thing will turn on. So don't jump on top of this thing. It's not going to do anything for you. So just as soon as you bring it up, just like a Dunlop wall, almost like you're clicking down on it, you're just moving just slightly ahead, it will turn it on, and then turn it off is the exact same thing. So now we're going to use some isolated sound samples showing how each one of these settings sounds. Now we're going to do the exact same thing, but we're going to go up in pitch instead of down. now turning up my dry volume to 10 and my max bend to 0, I'm going to show you the detune function of this pedal. This produces a beautiful, nice chorus sound, so even if you don't like to do all the bends, if you're in a pinch and need a chorus, this has an amazing, beautiful sounding chorus sound that I think most everybody would love. Now I'm going to go into another stereo sound sample with this pedal using distortion. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take this dry volume, we're going to throw it down to 0, and we're going to go through each one of the max bends to show you how well this thing tracks as it's detuning your guitar. Now we're going to do the exact same thing, but we're going to go up in pitch instead of down. So now let's look at some harmony settings in the down position. And continued on, let's use the up position now. So this concludes my review of the Electro Harmonix Next Step Slammi Pitch Shifter Harmony Pedal. Mouthful. This is an excellent pedal. There is some general hate on this pedal, and it's with the design, unfortunately. Even though the design is a great design where there's nothing that's going to go bad, like pots and everything else, there's no real moving parts in the pedal. Where the problem persists with most people in this pedal is the fact that when you have this pedal in, depending on what chords you have, you're trying to put your foot down on the pedal and the pedal kind of moves around, or it's not staying where you want it to be. Or if you have a pedal board and your pedal board's isolated, it's not going to stay on your pedal board. So what you're going to need to buy is the EHX Next Step pedal cradle, and which is an extra cost, unfortunately. And you get this plastic thing that you can Velcro to your board, and then that'll sit in there. But depending on how steep your pedal board is, your pedal is going to probably slip down, and then you're kind of fighting with it down at the bottom. You got to kind of keep moving it up over and over and over again. But small little fix. Biggest thing with this pedal is it will drain the battery if you don't unplug everything and make sure the pedal is turned off. Or you can use the 9-volt connection, but with it sliding around, a lot of people are worried that it's going to damage the connections that they have. This pedal does a really good job at what it does if you calibrate it properly. If you haven't calibrated it and you're trying to use it and it's too squealy, or it just isn't giving you the sweep that you want, there's a reason for that. It's very easy to calibrate, like you've seen in the video. The fact that this thing really lights up when you do have the pedal turned on, I think that's awesome, and there's no mistaking that your pedal is on. There's nothing worse than trying to play a song and then you realize, like, what's that sound? Oh, my whammy's on. So having something to indicate that this effect is on is great. Other than that, if you're looking for something that's just going to do the tuning, this is going to get the job done for you. Or you can look at the EHX Pitchfork, which a lot of the stuff that's in this is in this, with the exception that there's the dual mode, you have the latching, there's a lot more to this. Even though it's the exact same settings that you're using, that dual mode will do a lot for you. If you want everything that's in this pedal in this type of form, if you don't want to go out and buy this and then the expression pedal to go with it, you can go out and look for the Slammi Plus, which has more of the Dunlop wall saw casing. So I hope I've been able to distinguish if this is the pedal that's right for you or not. Until next time, I'm Kevin of Cryptic Mass Guitar. Take care.